first episode of Let's Talk About It. I am your gracious host, Ash, and this is my YouTube channel, which is Creative Space, where we discuss all kinds of things on here and do all kinds of creative space things. Um, so tonight we're talking about the Savage Fenty show that Rihanna had, and I just want to say, starting out, that it was an awesome show. It was very, very, very enlightening on us as creatives, on thinking outside the box, being free to do what we love, how we love to do it, and not caring about what other people think about what we're doing while we're doing it. The things that I want to do as far as bringing a visual to my channel and to you all. So the other thing that I loved about the Savage Fenty show was that it was very artistic and it set a whole mood for entrepreneurs like myself. And if you haven't watched it, it would be very awesome to watch because it gives you more insight and it helps you as a creative to feel encouraged on exploring your creativity and not be felt like you're put in a box. Because I know, like, a lot of times we do a lot of stuff online and it tends to put us in a box. It tends to suffocate our creativity as far as like sticking to one thing and one thing only. Like, if you're a person that does jewelry, then your videos just have to be about jewelry. Or if you're doing home goods, you just have to do home goods. But for her, she had like all kinds of things incorporated into her show, which it wasn't like a traditional runway show. It was more like explosion. You know, it was just very exciting. She had artists performing, and while they were performing, they had the lingerie on, which was very dope because everyone's body type is different. So she's showing you that you could be different and still fit in. And not only that, but the artists that performed, they weren't the normal artists that you would see performing in, like, say, the Victoria's Secret runway show, which I feel like her show is going to take over for the next years to come. It's going to be very dope, and with everyone else sticking to the traditional, I feel like hers is going to stand out a lot more because it is non-traditional. She's thinking outside of the box, and as a creative, we are moving more into that direction of showing our creativity as far as the things that we love as individuals, and that brings in more people that think like us. And I'm looking down because I took notes. Which, that was a whole mood. It was a whole mood for us, the viewers that was watching, because from Lizzo to Demi Moore, she had the lady from the Housewives of California. It was just so many different faces that you got to relate to. And not only that, but she also incorporated people talking and telling about themselves in the show. And she gave insight on what brought her to doing what she loves to do. And the other thing that I would like to bring up is how in her whole show she talks about sexuality. And a lot of times, us as women, we get criticized a lot for exploring our sexuality, and it just give you the room to be more comfortable with your body, no matter your body type, whether you're small boob like me, have big boobs, you're well-rounded, skinny. She has something for everyone, and she showcases that it's not like everyone is just bam one type of person. So that was the other thing that I like, that she gives everyday women a chance to showcase who they are and feel sexy about it, and they're not being judged. And the other thing that really gave me life was that it was all kinds of people within the show, whether you were gay, straight, short, tall. She made room for everyone. And as a creative, you want to feel like you're going to be in a good creative space where you're accepted. And that was very dope. But I will say that even waiting to make this video, I seen where it was mostly praise. And, everything is always really, really good. But then there's some bad points of the show. I would say there were some boring points of the show. I don't really know if anyone else thought that. But you let me know in the comments below after you watch this video what you thought about the show, if you watched it. And if you haven't and you do watch it, come back and let me know what you think. Because for me, I think like with some parts of the show, I did skip ahead to see other parts. Only because it wasn't my type of vibe. Some of it was just where the models were standing there dancing in the mirror, which was dope because I know some people feel that vibe. But for me, I just felt like I liked the performances. I liked the walking with the confidence. The dancing in the mirror, it was cool, but it just wasn't for me. Because that's what I mean by everyone. It's something there for everyone. So like, even though the whole show was super dope, there were some boring parts, which I don't really hear everyone talking about. And I feel like if you're gonna really give in depth about something, you give in depth about the whole thing. And for me, there were some parts that I just felt like it wasn't, like, say you were really sitting there in the crowd, would you be bored or wouldn't you be bored? Because really, watching it from the TV, it was like a concert. It was like a kind of like a play, which was super dope. And in some plays you have boring parts that you're ready to skip ahead to the gushy stuff. So, like I said, let me know what you think about the Savage Fenty show, because I would definitely like to know your point of view and how you saw things, because just looking at the reviews and seeing everyone else, it wasn't really in depth about the show. It wasn't really commentary about what people really thought. Of course, it's Rihanna, so I don't know if they're gonna actually say anything bad, but for everyday people, just you want that insight. You want to know what do you think about the performances? What do you think about the lingerie itself? Because the lingerie was definitely beautiful. And for me, I've bought Savage Fenty before, so it is definitely comfortable. It makes you feel sexy. But do everyone feel that way? That's what I would like to know. And if you would like to put your input or insight on it, let me know.